News. A Fox News alert reports say 3 people have been critically injured at a Dallas ICE facility after shots rang out this morning.
Police responded to calls around 7 a.m. local time. Agents reportedly approached the suspect, who then apparently shot himself.
Let's go to Griff Jenkins in studio with some of the information that he's learning. Do we have Griff?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Lawrence, Ainsley, and Brian. This is what ICE fears most, and that is an attack on them. Fox can confirm through ICE sources that there was this attack this morning at the Dallas facility. Shots were fired into the sally port of this facility along the freeway there in Dallas, and the ICE confirms that the shooter is down, a self-inflicted wound, and that 3 individuals have been hit. Their condition unknown. We're continuing to try and learn more about this as you look live here and can see the tremendous law enforcement response. But ICE telling me in no clearer way that they call this, quote, a clear attack on ICE. Now, this comes as we have seen a more than 1,000% increase of assaults on ICE officers. And now this morning, tragically, we're learning that this shooter apparently fired indiscriminately into the sally port. Unclear whether ICE officers or detainees or who may have been injured, but at least 3 individuals have been shot. The shooter is down through a self-inflicted wound. We'll bring you more as we get it, guys.
Griff, just working back some sources back and forth here. And by the way, this information is very fluid, but from what I'm hearing from my sources, this happened as they were unloading some of these detainees when the shots started to ring out. Are you hearing the same thing?
That's exactly right, Lawrence, and that's why I mentioned that sally port. So apparently it occurred when detainees were being brought into the sally port. This shooter, we're not sure exactly where he was located, but was able to shoot into that sally port and struck at least 3 people. That shooter now is down from this.
This is what we talk about when we talk about violence, and then also copycat violence, and then the responsibility of especially politicians and leaders that's on the left that continue to incite or place rhetoric into society and the culture that incentivizes people to go and do these same things. I'm hearing that it's a sniper, and I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on, but it's very irresponsible, and this is why we say that the left is dangerous, and the rhetoric that they use incentivizes people to go and do stuff like this. Up over 1,000%, over 1,000% increase violence on ICE agents, Homeland Security, police officers, for enforcing the law and ensuring that people, especially the most violent offenders, are arrested and sent back to their country. Now we have people continuing to do the same thing, and I don't even want to mention the whole situation when it came to Charlie Kirk, because why are people now doing things like this and being snipers and inciting violence? And this is another reason why, I call Gavin Newsom very irresponsible, incredibly irresponsible, because Gavin Newsom, in order to satisfy the woke mob, decides that he wants to try, which we all know that federal law trumps state law, but he wants to try to sign legislation, which just basically is, a situation where he's just posturing and pandering to his people, because there's no way that they can implement this. There's no way that they can enforce it. No ICE agent or no federal officer is going to listen to Gavin Newsom when it comes to removing their mask. But this is one of the reasons why agents have covered themselves and placed masks over their faces, because they don't want to get doxxed. They're not in a situation where they should be able to, or have their families placed in danger, because they are enforcing the law and they're doing a job as far as making sure that we have safety and public safety in these liberal states that have become sanctuary cities. It's very dangerous, incredibly dangerous.
Self-inflicted wound, so we may not know exactly what his plan was, what they were intending to do, other than to shoot people this morning at an ICE facility. We're learning more as we get it. And particularly, we're interested, obviously, in learning about the conditions of the 3 individuals that were struck this morning.
Yeah, that's I-35. The east side is where you see most of the traffic. People are probably slowing down to watch and see what's going on. Look at all of the police cars. There's so many lights. They go all the way up to the top. This is the access road in Texas. You have your main highway, and then you always have those access roads that run alongside or parallel to the highway.
Hey, Griff, I also noticed that some people are reporting the sniper was on a rooftop. Have you heard that?
So we don't have that confirmed ourselves, but I'm talking directly to ICE authorities, and we're going to learn more about that. But I did see a local report.
Let me pivot over really quickly to a different report to see if we can get some more insight on what's going on.
Parkland Hospital. Steve, what can you tell us from there?
Good morning. There was a massive police presence out here. In fact, we were trying to get over to the scene, but we had to bail off of I-35 just because it was an absolute parking lot. I'm sure Chip's been reporting, and your vantage point may even be better than ours at this point. Empire Central closed at the service road. Again, folks trying to get past this scene on 35. We bailed and came here to Parkland. It is the closest trauma center to this scene, and we can expect that this is where folks will be transported. You can hear probably the sirens behind me. Again, tons of police activity out here as folks race to the scene. As I'm sure Sean just reported, we're talking about 3 people shot who were in ICE custody. A male shooter on the rooftop shot himself when approached by law enforcement. As the rain continues to fall here, I can tell you that very much a fluid situation here, and very much expected that these folks would be brought here to Parkland. We can certainly keep you updated on their condition.
All right, Steve Noviello live there at Parkland. We appreciate that. We also want to check in with David Brown, former police chief in Dallas. He's on the line as well. Former Chief Brown, Sean Rabb mentioned this earlier. I don't know if when you hear this scene or if you've seen any of the coverage here, does this invoke thoughts in your mind of 7/7?
It really does, and thank you guys for having me on. Making sure you can hear me okay.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, it really does bring back those kinds of memories, but you guys are hitting all the right points when you talk about it. It's just such a live situation right now. You really want to eliminate whether there's any other suspects that's part of this attack this morning on the ICE facility, harming 3 people. So that's one of the top priorities for law enforcement right now, to eliminate any possibility that there's others involved.
And I
feel like we would have heard if they thought there was a second one at this point. I mean, Dallas police is now moving to say, hey, we're doing a media staging area. We're going to be giving a news conference in a little bit. I would think if this was still a possible active, like maybe there was a second suspect, they wouldn't already be moving to try to get us in a spot. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that, but at the same time, this investigation is just starting. So there's a lot of work to do to figure out who this guy is, like you guys been mentioning. Where's his vehicle? Today you got to look at people's social media once you identify who they are, to see what kinds of things have they been posting, to try to give you some clues about motive.
What are these?
This is sad. It's very sad. So it's the world that we live in. It's the spaces that we've created to where dangerous rhetoric and violence is now escalated to where people are on rooftops and trying to take out several different people at ICE facilities. And as I get information, I'll continue to update you guys on it. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys stay safe and stay focused and stay vigilant, because it's bad. It's bad out here.